immediately.
I feel like I've been so out-nerded.
I'm not even on this spectrum anymore.
No, look, it's fine. I'm a Renaissance
When I
nerd.
grew
Comic books. Okay, I guess we can go regular live now. Oh, Lenny the Lich has been kidnapped, and now we gotta deal with Larry the Lichin. No, it's just me. Hello, everyone.
So we were going with Lonnie.
No, well, okay. I forgot the name I said the first time, which happens to be more often than you might think. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Too Many Warlocks. It is Monday, and we are ready to play in this game of ours. I, as always, am the benevolent Dungeon Master, Puck. You might notice things might be a little bit different today. Our Lenny the Lich is currently otherwise disposed. So it's just us. And our dear Key 3 had an emergency. She had to go away. But she'll be back again next week. But today, we are here to play some Dungeons & Dragons. Let's hear it for the boys. It's just going to be us today.
Let's give the boys a hand. I think
let's hear it for the boys. Let's give the boys a hand.
Because the boys are back in town.
And the boys are back in town. It's a small logging town, but they truly are there. And so when last we left our heroes, I should probably introduce you. I'm all derailed. So joining me today is one Richard Bennett, human warlock with side of Alpine. And also joining me today is one Peniton Wright, human warlock with a side of questions. And also joining me today is one Guy Boutomps, a Aasimar warlock with a side of mustache. And when last we left our heroes, they had endeavored to a neighboring town after having a kind of brainstorming session with Calazar to try and figure out what's to be done about this Mr. Blackwind. And the clock is ticking, and it's getting closer and closer to a time when you will be forced to deal with it. So the party was asked to go to a number of neighboring towns, so pleasantly provided by our audience, and check things out and see if perhaps Blackwind is attempting to raise an army by unaliving the people in the neighboring towns. And then re-undeading them. Don't you talk about my podcast. You get one. And, undeading them afterwards to be added to his dark retinue. So, you have arrived in Traverse, and upon entering Traverse, a little bit into the afternoon, you find that they are celebrating in a bar and raising up on their shoulders a group of people who you recognize to be Team Growl. And Mr. Richard Bennett noticed in looking through his brand new spectacles that these people are perhaps lycanthropes.
Oh, Team Growl.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I thought it was two groups of people.
Oh, no.
Okay. Oh, even better.
I'm broadcasting on the wrong channel.
After reading all of that?
Perhaps I gotta do a small portion of it.
It's fine. We'll get it in post.
We'll get it in post.
Well, this way we get to not do that.
Are we on the right place now?
Do you want me to go look? I'll go look real quick.
No, look, I got it in other places, and I'm like, wow, this is taking a real long time. And now we're live.
Still double checking.
Oh, yeah, no, this is fine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Too Many Warlocks. So sorry about that slight hiccup. We went live on the wrong channel. I, as always, am the benevolent Dungeon Master Puck, and I am joined here today by the boys, just the boys. And you'll notice that we are missing one Lenny the Lich. He is perhaps he's indisposed at the moment, and we are currently running with our good friends, and I will introduce them in no particular order. One, Richard Bennett, a human warlock with a side of Alpine. One, Pennington Wright, a human warlock with a side of Questions. And one, Guy Boutamps, a Aasimar warlock with a side of Moustache. Now then, when last we left our heroes, they were having a brainstorming session with Calazar, working on figuring out what's to be done with Mr. Blackwind, and it occurred to Calazar that perhaps Blackwind would be looking to perhaps raise an army by going after the neighboring towns. And this was a horrifying prospect, and everyone was asked to kind of do their best and head out and see what can be done about this, see if these places can be protected. The Warlocks were asked to go and assist a town that was given to us by our lovely audience, Traverse, which is a small logging community. And they've gone to Traverse only to find that there's a bunch of people in a bar celebrating Traverse's new heroes, which just happened to turn out to be Team Growl. And Mr. Richard Bennett just happened to find out that it appears, with his new spectacles, that these people are lycanthropes of some kind. Which means werewolves, as somebody told me off stream previously.
Yeah.
And not like a selection of other things that are also like werewolves, like say bears or tigers. No,
Bears, tigers.
Lycanthrope refers exclusively to werewolves. And also, I would remind everybody that our dear friend Key 3 has stepped out. But in the context of the game, once you guys had landed, Key 3 received a message back at the keep regarding her family, and she has been dispatched. So, using her cloak of levitation, she quickly made her leave. And we will see her again next week.
Fair enough.
So.
Flying halflings.
Oh, yeah. So, allow me to bring up this town for you guys. Shoop. Here it is. Actually, let me grab your characters.
So I'll look at Penn and say, good timing, eh? I bet we're almost out of those discount cards, eh?
I mean, I just kind of make them as I go, but yeah, we've given out quite a few. We've certainly earned. Why are they here?
I don't know, but it looked like people are buying them drinks. I want to be on their side, eh?
Everyone is celebrating. They're buying drinks.
Yeah,
having a really good time.
You definitely want to be on their side.
Always, eh?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I guess, I mean, they love us, so there's no reason not to go up, I suppose. And I guess I'm going to start pushing through the crowd and just trying to get their attention.
All right. So, Rumble Snarl notices you fairly quickly. Oh, you're the guy who agreed to hand out our flyers.
Yes. Boy, howdy have we. We've handed out at least, 5, 10 guys? It's been a good number. A great year for you guys.
I'm so glad you helped us out with that. Really got the name out.
That's amazing. And it looks like you guys have been, other than us patting the pavement, it looks like y'all have done some groundwork as well. What happened here?
Yeah, we just kind of fell into this thing. I can tell you all about it if you want.
Please.
All right, Daryl, you guys take care of the crowds, all right? And Daryl both nod.
I'm gonna grab Guy and kind of lead him over to the bar and say, "There are drinks this way."
Oh, I'm already over there. I was waiting to ask how many of them is there on Team Growl? Is there 3 of them?
There is 3. There is Rumble Snarl, Daryl, and his other brother Daryl.
Snarl. Right. Okay, so I'm getting 6 pints.
All right. You're getting 6 pints, and you are
1 for each of them and 1 for each of us. Yeah.
Oh, nice. How friendly of you. All right, so Rumble Snarl's talking to Penn, and he's, it's a great story. We came to this town, and we were just going to rob a guy.
Mm-hmm.
But what we didn't notice was apparently it was a bad guy.
Oh, so you dispatched?
Wait, would this have been robbery or thievery? Like, did he recognize that you were there, or were you straight up mugging him?
Well, we usually like to use the element of surprise.
Mugging, cool.
So we were ready to jump the guy. We didn't notice that he was just frightening an entire crowd of people in this town.
What?
So when we jumped him and beat him, everybody started cheering.
What was he threatening this town with?
I don't know.
We can probably ask the locals, and I hand each of them a drink and hold one up. Hand each of these guys a drink and hold it up. To be 2 accidental heroes, eh? Woo.
Accidental heroes. Isn't that right, Daryl? Daryl and Daryl are nodding emphatically.
This lovely town.
I'm already seeing double. Holy shit.
Richard downs his drink within seconds. He goes, yeah, I need this.
Okay.
Good. The next one's on you. Go.
Everyone who just drank.
Well, I was about to say, I'm a sipper. Like, so I don't know.
You're nursing it.
Yeah, so whatever's about to happen, that's your call. But I would have been just like,
This is my
Everybody else
first
is
one.
like chug, and you're like.
This is my first one since breakfast. This is the phrase "necking it" is what's happening here.
Everyone make a perception check on the drink you just drank.
oh boy, are we all gonna be werewolves now?
Whoa!
That never happens to you. I'm impressed.
That's good beer.
That is good beer.
Filtering a beer.
You don't notice nothing about it. All right. So, Richard, with your amazing 20, something is off.
Way to fake that up.
Where there's something, where it is normally full of very natural flavors, you feel like there is something very unnatural within this brew. Just a hint of it, just a tinge.
Is this before or after Richard downed the entire thing?
While it was going down, you're like, but I mean, it's one pour, so it's like...
Yeah. Richard just kind of quickly summons out his weapon, stabs through a small wooden portion of his...
All right, just creates like a spout.
Yeah, and it just drains out, and then he puts the mug underneath.
I lean back and belch because I just drank a whole beer, and I use thaumaturgy to triple the volume.
Nice. The
Have some
bartender
fun.
looks at Richard and says, hey, buddy, it ain't that expensive. You don't got to drink it twice.
I think I like to get the more complex notes the second time around.
All right. Whatever you say, man.
All right, weird, but okay.
Pen?
So, yeah.
Put down that beer.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason you just drained it out of you? Because usually you're like, yeah, and you just drink that shit.
Yeah, well, usually it's not
Speaking of which, a hand is coming in towards your beer.
off. Richard just gives him a quick kind of smack on the edge of the top of the
And
hand.
I go get my own, eh? And I head to the bar.
Oh,
Wait, Guy? Richard just kind of pulls out a small thing. Have this instead.
That's not very social, eh? You bring your own to the bar.
I bring my own everywhere.
and Rumble Snarl and Daryl are just having at her, just drinking down. Rumble Snarl is a gnoll, so his big hyena mouth is just like the snout goes right into the bottle, into the mug over and over again.
And it's been a while. Daryl are human?
Yep, they're both human.
Are they twins?
Daryl and Daryl do look alike.
And
Okay,
they
good.
don't talk, do they?
They don't ever talk.
Okay.
Richard just kind of hands Guy over some fairy wine that he's been keeping secret and safe.
Oh. That face.
Thank you.
That's a slower drink. You are about to be hit by a lot.
He just chugged the entire thing.
Constitution
Not
save
not
that.
all of it. A good slam though.
A good slam. All right. Welcome
friggin'
to
wine.
the slam, and welcome to the jam.
There
Okay. You're all right.
I have a
early afternoon. I'm allowed to be drunk.
So, Richard, why are we weird about this? What you didn't specify really?
Well, I don't know specifically. I think I have a very good perception for that it's off, but apparently not good enough to tell me what it is.
Look, you're not a chemist, all right?
There's something in the beer. It's
Richard would like to check with nature.
Certainly.
Bam!
Oh,
What?
What? What is this madness? What have you done with Richard Bennett? Where did he go? Okay, no. All right.
Got those glasses on.
Yeah, no, it's the glasses. It's 100% the glasses. Some portion of this has been corrupted with necromantic energies.
Cool, Guy. No more drinks for you. It's necromantic energy. You guys might want to purge your systems.
I would like to, please.
I slap Pen like immediately the second he puts up his hand.
there's
I
a
would-
there's
more,
a couple of bits of me I wouldn't mind losing. Eh?
Yeah, but Guy, which bit do you think is more likely to be lost first? It's smaller in one of your appendages.
That kind of depend on how benevolent the writer is, eh?
This is a very good question. All right, so
You think it's in a book, man?
are you guys gonna? What are you guys gonna do with these drinks?
I'm putting one in. God, do I carry any kind of vials or anything? I wish I.
You have like a skin for liquid.
Yeah,
Sure.
which you
I
haven't ever opened.
I use it for flavor, but yeah, I'll pour it in that just because this might be useful. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows what we could use this for?
I peer around the bar. Does it look like anybody's dying from the drink?
No, everyone's just drinking, having a good time.
Back to the
Celebrating.
bar.
Okay, I need a quick reference just in case my memory is failing me. Because I know eventually we're going to go see the clerics, or the paladins, but I don't think I ever was. So I would have brought Handy, but I want to make sure I brought Handy. Did I say I didn't bring Handy?
Oh, I don't think you said you didn't bring Handy. I don't.
Then
recall.
Handy. Then I think I'm gonna let Handy sop up some of this in one of these mugs. Just plop him down in there.
So
Hopefully
you
one was a drunk evil hand.
you produce your evil hand and just drop it in a mug, and the bartender says, "Hey, this is a fancy establishment. Put a coaster under that."
Richard, will you shear me off a coaster, please?
He just hands you one, and Handy
Gonna
just
pull
kind
off
of
the table and just hand the one that was right in front of you.
Handy floats in the mug and paddles around a little bit.
It's good for you. Drink up, and then I'm just gonna leave that. Let him do that for a minute.
I'm gonna walk over to the bar.
Okay.
Kind of Where did you get the liquor?
The casks are out to the side. We
Who
get a
delivers
delivery every now and then. It comes from all over the place. I think I ordered these ones up from Wumford.
And did they come in yesterday?
No, they've been here for a couple days. We
So
age the barrels outside sometimes.
Cool. Are you familiar with the fact that there's necrotic energy coming off these?
Shut the front door.
It's shut.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
You might want to pour these out and find some new ones.
I need 4 more, buddy. When you got a second, eh? I'm not buying him another one. He's too fucking cheap. He make up stories about why he can't drink the beer here.
I will happily pay the difference, or my association will happily pay the difference
I-
for the difference. For
Are
the
you- Are you sure about this?
How long
More
that
than
keg been
sure.
open, eh?
This one? Oh, I just tapped this new one. The people are buying a lot of drinks tonight.
Yeah, I highly recommend that you pour these out. I'm more than a little certain.
I'm gonna walk over to where Richard's having this conversation too, because it just struck me as odd. I'm gonna say, you know about the heroes of the town, the celebrated ones. Who was the gentleman that was hassling y'all? Oh God, that's Jet. Who was the gentleman that was giving y'all issue yesterday or
Well,
today?
It was old Tom.
Who?
Old Tom. He's kind of a vagrant. He used to work at the mill like everybody here. But he started acting really weird all of a sudden.
Is Tom a heavy drinker?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, pour these out.
Ooh.
We will pay the difference, and we will get you new ones. We have a lovely brewery on site at the academy.
The academy.
Yes. Pen, card.
1 second. I'm pointing it. I'm looking over at Handy. I'm like, I gotta get you on this eventually because I'm grumbling, just writing one out. And I'm like, here we are, sir.
Ah,
I thought
thank
you
you.
had some pre-made. Doesn't matter.
I'm good at planning.
You're the smart one.
Planning's
Okay.
not the forte.
You got whiskey, tequila, scotch, gin, something?
Oh, I got all kinds of hard liquors. And he pulls out a glass bottle and pours you a couple shots.
Perfect. 4. I'm still not buying him one.
Pours you 4 shots.
I take the 3 over to Team Growl.
All right, they're throttling him back. Woo!
We party for real now, eh?
This is the best day. I'm gonna get my chewing bone.
I want to get him table leg eating drunk. That's my plan. I want
doesn't-
him on a table leg like an old dog.
It doesn't take long.
I like to imagine it took exactly that one shot.
Yeah, it's just like he's just running around. The fetch has been engaged. Like,
Oh, I summon Twitch and make him ride him while he's running around.
oh, he's loving it.
Yeah.
All right, so the bartender kind of reluctantly agrees, and he closes that cask and doesn't serve anymore. And he's like, "All right, if you're sure about this, maybe we should check the other casks."
Seems like
Yeah.
a smart choice.
All right, I gotta finish up here tonight, but I'll try to keep everybody on other drinks. If you guys are from the Avalon Knights, I trust what you tell me.
All right. And hopefully the word of the Warlock of Greenwood means something.
The Warlock of Greenwood.
Yeah.
That
Richard has
explains a couple different things.
Richard has rustic hospitality as his folk hero background.
Oh, yes.
I'm just reminding you because
No,
I'd
no.
like to actually use it one day.
No. Look, I get it. This is this is how it is employed. So that explains a lot of things. You know, Feywild folks are kind of special to us around here. So, I'm glad to have you here.
Good to hear. Richard puts on the glasses again and looks at the alcohol that's already been poured for him.
Okay. The alcohol that he's getting from the glass bottles, it says, you know, liquor, alcohol content,
White lightning.
subpar.
C- rye.
Yeah, C- rye.
Meanwhile, me and Team Growl by this point are singing "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Oh yeah, over and over again.
Yep.
And he
Just
occasionally
the chorus. We don't know any other part of it.
and it's Daryl and Daryl make the motions of singing, but no sound comes out. But Rumble Snarl occasionally drops into a full hyena laugh and collapses on the floor.
Something weird happened to me. I can't stop saying names. I don't know what it is. There's something missing from our dynamic, and it's filling in through him right now. And he's like, I have to do something serious, and it's important. Like, so I kind of straighten up, and I pull Handy out of his glass and just roll him under my hat because I assume he's.
You want to dry him off?
Give
first?
him like a shake. No, I think he just takes him out soaking wet, and it's just dripping down around him. Now and he's like, well, I'm the adult now.
I'd like to think I shake him off a little bit. But
All right, shake him off.
just toss him under there, and I'm just right. I can't move my token, but I would have walked right outside just to these kegs immediately.
All right.
Like, that seems like priority because everybody's having fun, and I don't want to take away from that.
Oh,
But
for sure. All right, so
Richard still wants to look at the drink specifically that he was drinking.
Mhm.
so you're looking at the drink that you were drinking?
Yeah.
The
If you
tainted
want to
one?
look at the one that Guy was drinking, you're going to have to ask him to open his mouth.
Yeah, it's all gone.
Yeah, the very much tainted one.
All right, the tainted one examines it. Ale, common, alcohol content, necromantic contaminant, 3%.
Cool.
Nothing.
Pen, shut up.
I'm outside.
You're outside.
I'm outside. You can't chastise me. All
Yeah,
right.
but at the rate that someone like Guy or I drinks them, that means 60% real fast.
So, Pen, you go outside, and it's mid-afternoon. It's bordering on evening at this point. And there are a number of barrels stacked up outside this building, just kind of on their side.
All right. I would like to run a perception check, please.
Absolutely.
I'm looking for any like signs that, something has been tampered with, but I don't know anything.
Should we
Look,
see if my
well-
hot streak continues?
Well, I mean, if you want to go outside and examine the barrels, I think you should, because Pen can't find anything about these barrels.
So the second I can drag my token,
All right. Well, I will drag it for you. Boop.
right here. There we go.
So you come outside to examine these barrels. Guy, you're still partying?
I bought 2 more rounds.
All right. Two
Yeah.
more rounds.
I'm assuming
I'm assuming it's been about a gold piece a round. I'm actually keeping track. So.
Well, since he's having to dip into the hard liquor, it's 2 gold pieces per round now.
Yeah, I'm starting to tip too, so let's just do that. Yeah, he's doing pretty well already.
All right, Richard. How do you want to examine these?
First things first, I want to use my ocular examinators.
Ooh, all right. Your ocular examinators examine the barrels. All of the barrels at the top of the stack come up with 3% necromantic contamination.
And the ones at the bottom?
The ones at the bottom are ale, such and such.
All right, is the bartender out with us?
No, he's still inside managing his own.
All right. All right, I'm going to pick up the two from the top
Okay.
with the help of Penn, the
Sure.
strongest member of our group.
Yeah, absolutely.
And while we're doing this and kind of just rolling them around to the other side of the building,
Okay.
so that they won't be grabbed. So, heads up, there's a very small chance. Not even really a chance. You know, it's not worth mentioning almost, but they might be werewolves.
How much did you drink?
You saw me stab myself in the face to get the drinks out. I think I'm sober.
Yeah, that's fair. What gives you this insight? Why do you believe this?
Remember those glasses that I had to take from Stone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So turns out I successfully did that. Hooray. Just asked for them.
Mm-hmm.
Super easy.
Barely an inconvenience. Okay.
Yeah. And, well, when you put them on, they give you stats and specifications. They help examine everything.
Wow. That sounds incredibly useful. Thank you for... How long have you had these?
Since the airship, but I didn't know they were useful until yesterday.
All right.
After
Wait,
a tiny hint from the DM.
So you know...
After Puck straight up came out and
I was trying to be polite.
after Puck, the Fairy King, was a little prat about the entire thing. And then went, "Oh, I didn't even need those. I have them already." What a dick.
All right. But why did he want you to have them is the real question.
Pick a reason.
Regardless.
Most Fae folk are chaotic, if not chaotic, then there's something.
So you know you can look at these and tell that there's necrotic energy in them.
Yeah, 3%.
It's not much, but it's something.
Considering the rate Guy drinks at, it's a decent chunk.
Oh, yes. I'm really concerned for this one gentleman, Tom. I don't know if we should...
After we talk to the bartender, let's check him out.
But regardless, what's important on top of this is there's necrotic energy in the liquor supply in this town. We don't know about other towns, but I'm assuming that... Actually, can I do an Arcana check as someone who studies or has at least been dabbling in this stuff, and like to know if I would know that drinking necrotic energy would what it would do to you?
Sure. Give me an Arcana check.
Boo.
Can Richard also make a check?
Yeah, sure. Give it a try.
Why not? How many 20s could you possibly roll in one night?
How many could it possibly be?
Not that one.
Oh, close! Freaking Richard's on fire tonight. With your 18, you are able to determine that occasionally necromancers use their energies as kind of a primer. So it gets in there that people will die and it will require less effort to reanimate them, and sometimes they'll just reanimate on their own.
So fun fact. If you want to make some undead, you might want to keep one of these barrels. It works kind of as a primer.
Penn is taking notes. Penn is like...
I honestly thought you were going to say is taking a barrel.
Oh, no, I'm taking as many barrels as we can take. But, like, for now...
It's just these two.
All right, well, we'll take those home. I'll give them to I'll keep one just in my room, but I'll give the other to Whistle Whip and see if he knows anything about it. You have no idea what this could mean for the keep. Ultimately, you need to know. I would never use it in this way, but I'm so interested in this kind of magic. And just, very hand-rubby, but very reassuring that I'm not evil. But I don't know if it comes across the right way.
It's not.
It might be a little off.
Regardless, though.
It's like no one's business.
Regardless, we gotta figure this out.
Okay.
We got him.
How do you intend to figure this out?
We need Gi. We already don't have Key 3. We need.
We're at a percentage of our power.
Yeah, you know a good way to sober him up?
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm inside. I've got the mustache wax out, and I'm trying to get a mustache going on Rumble Snarl's whiskers. You said he's a knoll, right? So he's got the whiskers. I keep trying to, and I keep going spring because they're whiskers.
Oh yeah, no, and they're like tattered, they're tangled and crooked, and it's like all kinds of mess.
You're just hammered and trying to make a decent mustache.
He's
out of
like,
it.
try again.
Pen, you.
And then when I get a chance, I'm gonna actually start talking to him about this guy that they beat up.
All right.
Oh, good. Then, Richard, then I won't come out and drag you out by the collar.
No, he's doing a
I
thing.
might still do that.
All right. What do you want to ask him?
I did it my way. Yeah, so we're sitting there hammered and we're doing that. He says, so this guy you beat up, eh? What are you guys talking about? Eh? You hear anything? You said he's raving and ranting.
He was going on about something about. I think he was trying to eat somebody.
Talk with your top lip still. This is difficult enough as it is. Eat somebody. What the hell you mean, eat somebody?
I know. It sounded crazy to me, too. But I figure maybe even a crazy guy's got a couple gold on him.
Sure, I mean, I get that who hasn't eaten somebody, eh? I mean, it happened to all of us sometime.
Maybe he did eat somebody.
But
he got their gold.
You don't talk about it in the street, eh?
No, not usually. I mean, look, I haven't eaten a person in a very long time.
Oh, for sure, eh? Yeah, for sure, I know, eh? Yeah, for sure, long time,
look, humans kind of gamey. It's not tasty.
All the wrong places.
Yeah.
It's not. It's.
They eat that fast food. It's terrible, eh?
I used to run with some other gnolls, and they would do like raids, and they're all like, "Oh, I gotta get the human meat," and man, I couldn't stomach it. It was no good.
Oh, I have an answer for you. You know the answer?
It's like, have you tried pigs, dude? Like, it's not.
They're good, but you know what? If you got to eat human, you got to get the vegan, eh? They're like a herbivore. They're like a cow, eh? It tastes much better.
I haven't heard of this. I think you're making that up.
They're like the exact opposite of us, eh? All they eat is vegetables, eh?
That's weird. They're weird.
I know. Vegetables and fruit. But this guy outside, he's threatening to eat the people? Or
Yeah, he's threatening to
I
eat
already
the
ate the
people.
people?
No, he's threatening to eat the people. And everybody's acting all scared of him. I don't know why. He went down after a good spear thrust and a couple arrows from the Darrells.
So you killed him, eh?
And it popped in.
Yep.
Yeah. You killed him, eh?
Yeah, we put him down.
Did
Kind of made us heroes.
Yeah, did he change when he died, eh?
He was pretty gray. I mean, usually they're pink, right?
Yeah, usually, eh? Where the body, eh?
Richard?
Grabbing him slightly by the collar. And dragging him away.
You still don't buy me a drink, Woody? What the hell?
And when,
I gave you fairy wine.
when he's dragging him away, he says, "Oh, we buried him out by the woods."
That's kind of a general description in a place that's surrounded by fucking woods, buddy.
Yeah, fair enough. Just past where they stack the logs.
Okay, we can work with that. Apparently, I'm leaving now. Good night, eh?
Why do you want to find a body? You're weird.
Yeah, and I'm the normal one as we go out the doors.
So, as this is all played out, it is getting
grabbing
to
a bucket of water, just dunking.
sploosh.
Well, I was actually going to say, as you're dragging him out, I was going to be like, don't they say that cold showers help with this kind of thing?
Why I want to help this kind of thing? I pay good money for this kind of thing. Don't stop it now, eh? It's only just getting dark.
Don't stop me now.
I lean over to Richard and I'm like, you know, I could hug him with Armor of Agathis, and that would probably.
Oh, bar crawl. Where's the next one, eh?
There is not a next one. This is not a big town. That you've done the full crawl. Congratulations, you made it. As the sun starts to go down, almost immediately, the revelries in the tavern stop.
What kind of moon is it tonight?
It is a full moon tonight.
We are all dead.
That's an assumption.
All of the townspeople quickly make their way to their rooms and their houses.
So the only, I'm guessing this is the only tavern in town. Is it also the only inn in town?
It is.
I drag Guy back in after he's still
you, you take me out. Take me.
His mustache is all hanging and
I'm just kind of behind them because this is not my forte of a town anyway. But I'm also just like, what? I was told we were gonna go find a body. I got excited. Now we're not.
You can't do this to me.
Ben, I don't know about you or how long you've lived in the woods, but what is the one thing you really shouldn't do on a full night at night in the woods on a full moon with potential you-know-whats? I'll tell Guy when he's sober.
Not gonna scream it out. Yeah, I mean you're right, but actually, I need to know. Would I know? Are werewolves like? Is it kind of is it one of those worlds where a werewolf is like a feral beast and nothing matters?
There are multiple kinds of werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can do a nature check and see what you know about that.
Oh boy.
as soon as we're back inside, I try and break free and get to the bar.
Well, as soon as you guys are back inside, the bartender is closing everything up, and he says, hey, look, and he puts a key on the counter. He says, you guys are going to want to get up to your room before the sun goes down.
For sure. Where's the rest of that bottle?
Here you go. Sets it on the counter.
Why?
Richard just places like 5 gold onto the counter. This is for part of his tab.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, you're going to want to get up to your room, and he gets from behind the bar, goes up to the door, and puts a heavy wood and iron bar across the front of it.
Team Growl got escorted out.
Team Growl has gone to their room. They have been escorted there seemingly while you were outside.
Right.
You guys go upstairs. I've got to tell the barkeep a couple things.
Okay. And I'll get Guy, like my arm under him and like help him up the stairs with the bottle in hand so he knows, kind of like a carrot on a stick kind of thing.
Oh, you don't have to lead me. I got it. It's just this cool.
Let's do it.
But I am going to say to Richard, ask him how much I owe him for the barrels and then go upstairs.
I was actually about to do that.
And as you're talking to him, he goes over to a section of the floor and pulls on a chain that slides back a wooden panel. And there's this big, thick door underneath. And he says, make it quick. I don't have a lot of time.
Firstly, we found 2 barrels with necrotic contaminants. Let me know how much that is in the morning. Secondly, I don't have a really good way to dance around this. Is this a town full of werewolves?
Yes.
Cool. We will go looking in the forest for that dead body tomorrow.
All right.
You have a good whatever you do.
You use all the locks.
Got it.
Okay. And then he pulls back this panel, goes down, and closes it behind him.
I'm already up in the room.
We can't use all the locks. We only have 3 of the 4.
No! No! I will not endorse this. But I am proud. Okay. Now
So, Richard is just closing the door, locking everything up.
it is a very heavy door for a room on an inn.
Are we all in one room?
Yep.
So, Guy, firstly, very happy I got you to stop drinking that.
Throw the cork away.
Secondly, Penn already knows this. This is a town full of werewolves. He's latching and locking everything.
Okay, so I understand why we're up here and why the drinking stop early.
And Pen, with your nature check, you know that some werewolves can control their gift and change at will. Other werewolves are just depends on the full moon. But almost all werewolves, when the full moon is out, tend to lose whatever control that they have.
Oh, well. Yeah, probably a good thing we came up to our room then.
Yeah, what did I say?
More
Weird
important.
that I'm the smart one this time.
Yeah, well, it's a town. I was more of a city library guy, and then I ended up here, and
Sure you were, buddy.
I can't even defend it because I don't remember. but the point being, the things we gathered today, what did we learn? We learned there's necrotic energy in the alcohol supply in this town. We learned that people.
The Blackwind's already made his move.
Yes, but that also means that he tried. I wonder if he knew. I mean, undead werewolves. I don't even know. That's a whole other. That could have been a mess.
Yeah, so we got the entire town to evacuate to the keep tomorrow.
Can we hold that many? Calazar specifically said he didn't think we could house that many people. I mean, I'm all for it, but I just want to make sure.
We can't house all the towns, but we can house a few, hopefully. And let's be honest, werewolves. Would you rather have them with us or against us?
Well, I certainly don't want them against us, and I would like them with us. But I want to make sure we have enough room for everybody because they know, and we can let them all know in the morning something is going on, and it's obviously clear that and we have the proof based on the one gentleman that drank too much and pretty much became undead or was very close verging on it. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. But, we have the information to give them. That's enough to keep them safe, I would think. But yes, I would at least tell them to, at the very least, come and camp closer to the keep, if not within the keep, if we have the room. I'd love to house them. I just want to make sure we're in the clear for that.
That is mostly what I meant.
Has the investigator of the group officially in the title and everything, eh? I want to point out we are here only to do the recon. Eh? We are supposed only to watch and to gather information. If we start emptying towns, he knows what we are doing. Eh? We don't empty them yet. We watch. And I pull open the curtains and pull a chair over to the window and look out the window to watch what I'm expecting to be a werewolf rampage.
Is there a window?
Bottle in hand. We're on the second floor.
There is a window from the second floor.
My neck
is eerily silent.
I'm beginning to wonder what happens when a werewolf eats an undead.
I bet you the gas is fucking terrible, eh? Can you imagine the smell? Oh.
Yeah, do I know anything about this?
About what happens if a werewolf eats an undead?
If anything eats an undead.
If anything eats an undead, it depends on the creature. Typically nothing has happened if they've eaten an undead, but some undead like you've heard of some forms of zombies and ghouls, particularly wraiths are notorious for this, but they can pass certain undead curses along by touch or a bite or a scratch.
I really don't want to do this, but there's a very small chance that we might actually have to go out and find the body tonight.
Now, I'm all about body finding. 100%. Moonlight, body finding adventure. I'm your man, Penathan Wright. But why? Because you were just telling me.
Yeah. And that was before I thought better of it.
A series of howls pierces the night.
Too fucking late, eh? We're in for the night now, eh?
Yeah, that sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it definitely is. Richard's beginning to lift the window.
You lift the window. You can't see anyone outside.
Richard just kind of puts one leg up. But, I'd rather find the body before they do, and something happens transferatively.
What's
Richard
one
jumps
old
out the
undead
window.
guy? Goodbye, buddy. It's been good. Fuck you. I'm not following you.
Would I know anything specifically about the human transference of this kind of thing? Because it's a human that drank necrotic energy and became undead. It's not
Right.
But it may also be a lycanthrope that it was a human at the time, but still a lycanthrope. And
well, it's underground right now, right? So
yeah, think of it every single time. Think of a zombie movie poster. What's the thing that comes up to mind first? It's a hand sticking out of the ground.
this is the worst idea. This is literally
As-
out of all
as-
the other Richard, I'm gonna run in anyway ideas. This is actually the worst. We will get our shit torn up if we go out the window.
Yeah,
If you go out the window, it's been nice knowing both of you. That's that.
I can't justify leaving. I don't, because these people, I want to keep them safe, but A, there's no guarantee they're going to go get that body because werewolves like to hunt, and it's not much of a hunt if it's already dead in the ground. And B, it's a terrible idea.
You're talking to an open window. He's friggin' on. Right?
Ah! Ah!
I have made my way out the window.
You are out the window and into the street.
I turned to
Heck,
Pen
you
and
guys
said,
stay there. It's a terrible idea. I'm not getting you to follow me.
This is a terrible plan. I'm going to go.
I turned to Pen and say, I can't help thinking if Key 3 was here, she probably would have blocked the window. Eh?
Well, I'd like to think I'm the smart one, but I'm not always.
It's not untrue. All right, so what are you guys going to do with the evening now that Richard has gone outside?
I'd like to step out of character and say, Keith, got to come back next week and be like, how did you all
I
die?
left you alone for one session.
No, I'm going through his backpack, seeing if I can find that flask of wine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No,
I
it's...
left it on the bed. I left it on the
That's
bed for
mine.
you.
Oh, you left it on the bed for you.
I knew that you'd be wanting it.
All right.
And it also says, Guy, if you drink the rest of this, you owe me 50 gold.
I can't pay a dead man.
I make sure they put you in a nice box. Eh?
All right. Is there anything you guys are going to do with your time while you stay in the room?
Better not be a box carved of me.
Oh,
I'm
I'm-
flipping through my
look
book.
out the window. I'm watching the show. Whatever
You're
that's.
watching the show?
I'm having a mini panic attack because I don't know what to do.
Just
'Cause
picture Pen like breathing into a sack.
Look, one of two things are
It's a
going to happen.
burlap bag,
tonight.
so it's not working. It's just
One of two awesome things are going to happen tonight. Well, one awesome thing, but the other one's just kind of sad for everyone else. Richard is going to die, or he becomes a werewolf.
I don't know if that's how this works, but
an undead
You know
timber wolf. Yes.
I'm gonna pull Handy out of my hat
Okay.
and I'm gonna put him on the windowsill and I'll be like, "Listen, bud, do me a favor. Go after him. Like, stay on the rooftops, stay out of sight, stay out of anything, and if any sign of trouble, come get me."
And that was how Ben lost Handy. No, Handy
Hammered.
is sitting on the windowsill. You tell those things to him. He turns. A chorus of howls come up in the night sky. Handy leaps and grabs the window and pulls it down, and then climbs back into your bag.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit next to the window, like the old wives like of past time with the candle in the window. I've got that, but my healing staff just sitting next.
He's just like, maybe I could throw it at him. It's just
Concern.
You can't let yourself care about the crazy one, eh?
I care about
I already
all
made
of
that joke. I'm looking at the chat. The Mad Maker's already in there. He's like a timber wolf, if you will. We made it to the
Yes,
beginning.
I stole that. I was going to give you credit before we went to halftime.
All right.
I can't. It's I care about all of you, and this motherfucker.
Okay. So you guys occasionally hear a chorus of howls, and you hear thumping coming from the basement. like aggressive thumping and growling on occasion. Outside,
You know this means there's nobody guarding the bar, right? Looking over at the door of the room.
this.
I've got my head in my hands, and I'm like, just go, just do it.
I
You've
hold
all
up the
left
bottle and I hold up the flask. Maybe in a few minutes, eh?
I'm officially alone again. All I've got is my hand. My cat's back home. The only reasonable person other than me is gone.
So, Richard, while you are out in the streets, it is
reasonable my ass. Sorry.
It is all dark, and it is deathly quiet with the occasional chorus of howls that rises up from these buildings surrounding you.
So yeah, Richard is going to make his way north, and he's going to.
As you make your way north, every house you move past, the door shudders, like something's banging on it.
I'm just going to keep walking forward.
Okay.
Oh, I'm also turning on Fey Presence.
Okay.
Just so that in the likely event that something comes out to try to kill me.
In the Lycan event?
Oh.
I like it.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I activate Fey Presence.
Okay.
And I just make my way forward, knowing that if they get within 10 feet of me, they will likely be frightened.
Okay. So
because their wisdom can't be that high when they're in this form.
Likely not. So directly in front of you is what appears to be the primary lumber mill for this town. To your left, there appears to be a small stone shrine.
Oh God, I'm gonna check out the stone shrine.
Okay.
And this is how he died.
Make a perception check for me.
Yep.
Can we see him from where we are?
No. Your window, you can only see, like, here. You can see directly out this way, and then he's gone out of your sight now.
Not great, not bad.
Not great, not bad. Do you have dark vision?
No. Almost did.
Almost did.
Really thought about it, actually.
Okay, so you do not detect this thing. And as you move up to the rock has a lightened portion of it that you recognize almost immediately. And it is the Fey Wolf Spirit.
Richard's just gonna sigh. Fairy interference. Is it something you can pick up?
No, this boulder is enormous.
Oh, I thought like the symbol itself.
Oh no, the symbol itself is like embedded into it.
Okay.
So it's like a dull gray stone, but there's this lightened up portion here in the form of like a spirit wolf.
Yeah. Richard's just gonna put his hand to it.
Okay.
Archfey, give me strength. And then he makes his way over to the logs.
As you press your hand against it, you hear another chorus of howls from everything around. And you make your way to the logs. Make another perception check, please.
And he's dead in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You don't see anything. So are you going to move past the logs, close to the tree line?
Yeah, close to the tree line so I can see if I can find the body.
Okay. You move up to the tree line. You see a section of freshly dug soil.
And now I take out my blade in one hand and I start trying to dig it out.
It is incredibly loose. Make a nature check.
It's getting progressively worse.
we used up all the good shit in that first couple minutes. It's all gone. You start digging through it with your weapon. There's nothing in here.
It's behind me, isn't it? Richard stands up and he turns around.
You turn around to a chorus of howls in the silent night sky. One of the howls is cut short with a whimper.
I rush my way over to the whimpers.
Make a perception check to see if you can even determine
the direction.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just going to go flying into the forest. Nope.
Nope.
I'd like to re-roll.
Not tonight, son. So you're going to head off into the forest?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, back at the inn.
I was about to say, Guy, what are we doing?
Actually, can I head back into town?
You sure can.
Yeah, I start heading back into town. That's where the wolves were, at least.
Okay. Back at the inn, you guys hear the same chorus of howls, cut short by a whimper.
Well, at least Woody got one before they got him, eh?
Oh, do you think we can't?
Yeah, I think. Of course, he's dead. Fucking gone. Splinters, eh?
Are we on the second floor?
Yep.
How did he get down?
It's not that high up.
Yeah, but I want to.
Richard just grew out his arm.
6.5 feet
Split
tall.
down.
Just hung and dropped. Eh?
That is true.
Oh God. I'm gonna poke my head out and look. I open the window and look to see if I could see.
You
any.
look, and Richard's walking through the streets.
Can I tell if he's hurt or anything?
He looks fine.
I turn around and punch Guy in the shoulder. I'm just like, you asshole, he's fine.
Lean forward. That makes perfect sense because I wanted to say when you lean forward, look out the window. I reached up and pinched his ass and cast light on the back of his pants.
Double punches. Right in the shoulder, just I'm so mad at you.
I'm loving doing this without Key 3.
I'd also like to think that I'm doing that thing where I'm leaning out the window afterward, looking at Richard. I'm like, get in here.
All right, Richard, you see Penn leaning out a window in the night air. And there is another chorus of howls in the night sky.
Can I do perception to find out which direction?
Sure.
I'm going to do this for every howl.
Okay. They're all around you. There are howls coming from every building in this town.
But not the whimper. We don't know where that
The whimper doesn't happen this time.
Concern.
Richard is going to stand still and try to see if he can work out the just kind of the direction still.
The direction of what?
Where the whimper would have been. Just in his brain, he's going over it and over it. I don't think he'll be able to figure it out, but still.
Nah, it's damn near impossible to figure out where sound came from that you heard a couple moments ago in a relative distance.
It is.
I turned to Penn and said, I bet 5 gold pieces he still don't make it back, eh? And put my hand out.
And another chorus of howls happens.
Okay, 10.
I don't bet on my party members' lives. Now, if we all got in a what do you call the thing where you bet to see if you're gonna die? There's not time for that.
We don't have time for a pool. I thought maybe you probably want this wooden arm. I thought maybe you are like cheering for the bad guys, eh?
Of course not. I'll have that arm one day, but only when
And
he
have
dies.
that arm in about 30 seconds, eh? But maybe we wait till morning to go pick it up, eh?
No.
Are you still listening for these howls?
I'm still listening for the howls.
Okay.
Still watching.
They continue through the night, and occasionally the buildings around you, the doors bang, like somebody's trying to get out.
I make a 10-foot circle in the sand, just with in the dirt, with my
All
weapon.
right. You make your 10-foot circle. Square. As soon as I paint it.
All right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You're just out of range for me to yell at you with my brain.
Get your ass in here. He's like pushed up against the wall. All right. So do you just stay there for the rest of the night listening to these howls?
Pretty much, waiting for other whimpers.
All right. No additional whimpers happen that night.
Yeah, I'm very quickly bored. If they're not going to eat him in like 2 minutes, I'm going to bed. I'm hammered.
Fall asleep.
See, you could have made 10 gold pieces, eh? And then pass them.
All right. Pen, what do you do for the rest of the evening?
I'm so angry. I'm just, because it's like that thing. It's like nothing ends up happening, but I'm concerned the whole time. So tomorrow I'm going to be really ornery all day and very sassy about it.
You don't know how worried I am.
So I'd like to think I was sitting in the window with my staff, like of healing, and I was just kind of leaned up against the window sill. And about like an hour or two in, I'm finally just like, and I'd probably nod off at some point.
Okay.
Richard has rooted himself into the ground. He's not moving anywhere.
All right. Richard, you don't sleep for the night. Guy and Pen, you sleep for the night. When the sun finally rises, about 2 hours after, there is a scream from this house. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Hang on.
That house. Okay.
And Richard immediately runs to the house.
Do we wake up to that?
You guys wake up to it. It echoes throughout the town.
Do we see like, because I was sleeping in the window still. Do I like jolt and see him running off?
Oh yeah, like if you look outside, you see him running to this house.
I immediately pick up my staff of healing and poke in the head with it and just like,
shit, damn. Oh.
time to go. Sun's up. Sun's up. Come on, out the window.
Why are we hurrying? He's still fucking dead. He'd be dead all day.
Out the window. I'm out. I probably rolled my ankle and I'm very sassy about it, but we'll get to that.
Can I make a strength check to break down the door?
Sure can.
I will follow eventually, but
That's
I'm in
nothing.
no huge rush.
All right. Pen, are
didn't
you
see how
rushing
that
down to
didn't-
go there?
Yeah, I would have been following. So while he's busting the door, I probably made it about like,
Oh, yeah.
somewhere in here.
We'll say you get up there pretty quick. That's not enough to break down these doors.
Hangover Guy is not going out the window. Down the stairs, through the tavern, out the front doors.
All right. Some people are starting to gather in the center of town to see what happened. Eventually, a very frightened looking woman opens the door after Richard slams himself into it. And she's got blood all over her hands. And she's shaking. She's pale white. Her clothes are in tatters.
Richard gets down to her level, ish, and puts his hands on her shoulders and just, as Oh, and he's dropped his Fey form at this point.
Okay. Probably a good call. I don't think it would have lasted all night anyways. Does it just go until you...
It doesn't. It never turns off unless.
Oh, wow. So, okay. Just it's on. Just stays on all time. All right, so you drop your Fey form, and she's just shaking. He's dead.
Are you okay? Starts.
Was it me? I don't remember.
I'm gonna stand up and walk into the house.
Okay. She kind of sits down up against the door frame as a group of people are coming in, and you guys have developed a crowd.
I would like to examine her for wounds.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
I'm going to hang back here and watch the crowd.
All right. Richard, the house is a very simple place. It has like a commons room and a small cooking stove and a table, and then it has two separate rooms. One appears to be like a master bedroom, and the other appears to be like a guest room. In the master bedroom, the bed is completely destroyed. There is a unlocked chain on the floor, bolted to the ground. In the guest room, there is a man's body on the floor, his clothes tattered, and his legs still in a shackle. He's covered with scratches and bites, and even along his throat. And he's just, there's blood everywhere. It was savage.
Richard, I would very much like to do an investigation check as well.
All right. Your investigation of her is she's got no wounds pinned. She is okay, although she is in shock over what she has seen.
God damn it.
Has Guy made it up to us yet, or is he still?
I'm hanging back. I'm watching the crowd.
He's checking out the crowd.
Okay. All right. I don't know how to get blood out, so.
You're okay.
Yeah, very.
That's why all heroes should wear red.
With that investigation, you can't find much else. You notice that he is still shackled to the floor.
I'm gonna walk back out to Pen. Just. You notice anything?
She's not hurt. So unless whatever happened had literally nothing to do with her, or unless she did it flawlessly, she has nothing to do with this. She has no wounds.
Then she didn't do it. In a savage attack where two people can't control themselves, chances are they're very good.
She says, it could have been
That
me.
she-
My shackle came undone.
Did you make it out of the room? Where did you wake up?
I was in the living room when I woke up.
But you have no wounds.
He was bound.
Completely?
No, but
When you get close enough, I don't think it matters very much. And there's another matter I need to talk to our lovely investigator and our leader about. You sit down. I'll put on some tea. Get Guy to come in here.
and the people of the town start murmuring to each other, and they go to try and assist her and kind of help out, and a group of them go to try to get the body unshackled and remove it from the room. And as they're moving it out, she kind of bursts into tears.
Did you do the shackles up properly?
I tried. Eric usually helps me with mine, but we were out celebrating and we didn't have enough time. I had to do it myself this time.
was
I'm gonna hand her a cup of herbal tea.
And you all notice almost immediately there appears to be an understanding with all the people of this town that this is potentially something that, if it does not happen regularly, it happens often enough.
Yep.
That, like, she's not being chastised.
An unfortunate accident.
This appears to be something that occurs on occasion.
Yeah.
Is their understanding.
So, is Guy inside the building at this point?
As I was watching the crowd, what I was really looking for was people that weren't part of the crowd, outsiders, or people hanging out by the trees, or.
Give me an investigation check. You noticed one guy walk out of the inn, look at what was going on over there,
Mm-hmm.
and then just go about his business.
Okay, I'm marking that person. I want to make an internal description of him so I can recognize him again.
All right.
I'll just call him the one who doesn't care right now.
All right. The one who doesn't care has been marked. Next up, are you going to go inside now that they're asking you to come in?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I would have immediately asked Richard, and depending on his response, we'll determine. But I would have been like, "Did you check for breaches? Are there? You were sitting there. Well, this isn't the time. You were sitting there all night. You would have heard and I'm already like looking. I would have been walking around the floor plan, like
Nothing through the
already
front doors.
Hmm?
Nothing through the front doors.
All right. So I would have been walking around the floor, like looking for any like entry points or like open windows, broken in, anything.
Give me an investigation check.
All right.
So I look at Richard and say, "So what's it like being so bitter? The wolves won't even eat you, eh?"
Nice.
That's a solid 11.
That's a solid 11. I need you guys to roll high numbers.
We still got 71 rerolls left from Saturday.
Yeah, right, from that whole thing.
Can I give the place a once over?
Sure.
Because this is... Oh, I rolled perception as opposed to investigation. Should I reroll?
Similar skill, but not exactly. Yeah, roll that investigation for me.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. Also 14. The two of you, in poring over this guest room where the man died, you eventually find that there is a section of the floor that is false. And when you remove it, there is a tunnel underneath. And there is blood in this tunnel.
So, good news, bad news. Good news. I'd be willing to bet quite a decent chunk of money that you didn't kill your husband. Bad news. There's no body in the grave.
We're going to take a break right there.
Perfect.
And while we're on break, I would like anybody that is in the chat and listening and participating right now to give me the name of a sleazy dude.
His name is Keith.
I need a sleazy dude name. Like this the guy that hangs around with, he's hanging around outside the laundromat and shit.
Oh.
So one of those kids you see like hanging around the playground but doesn't have any kids.
Yeah, right. Just like a sleazy dude. And
I don't want to rag, but when you were like Keith, I was like, yeah, that sounds right.
That sounds about right. It sounds like a Keith. I bet it's Keith. And we will be back.
Well, if it's Keith Richards, it's not only a Keith, but it's also undead.
Haha! And we'll be back in a little bit. after a word from our various videos and things. And we're back. And that was a completely normal break where only normal things happen. And that's all that will be said about it. Now then, when last we left our heroes, they had discovered a grisly murder has taken place in this small logging town. And they have one suspect. Well, possibly two.
There's a whole town full of suspects.
It's just...
Pardon my dog.
No, it's fine. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, I will not be distracted. So, you guys are still in this house in the middle of this investigation. People are tending to this woman who they recognize as Marie. And they have removed Eric's body and taken it to the town hall.
Found this
Those
whole.
names again. I forgot them.
Mary and Eric. And when you did the investigation earlier, I didn't listen because my character wasn't in the room. So I look at Richard and say, you look through the rest of the house, eh? Any other shackle anywhere? Or was it just the two of them, eh?
It should just be the two of them.
Found a hole though. You know.
Yeah. So,
Well, I don't have to ask what you want to do
for
with that,
whole
eh?
No.
Explanation. Damn it.
I just am over talking to Marie, and I'm just like, "Did you know this was here? This."
Yeah.
And
You know what's going on here. If somebody has a particularly bad episode, there needs to be an escape.
so, why is this one full of blood?
What?
Richard's always already halfway down the hole.
It's just like, wee!
It's like a slip and slide, guys.
Maybe something will kill me here. No. But he's already gone down there.
I am waiting to bravely bring up the rear.
And
I'm not going until after Penn does.
it smells awful down there. Just the worst. It
I'd like to
smells
see-
rotten.
I'd like to use perception to see just how badly I smell it. This time I'm hoping for a low roll. Let's see if it works.
So turn to Penn and say, you talk, I heard you out there talking to the lady. You know what this is, this hole?
I know it's a hole, and it's got blood in it.
She says, there shouldn't be blood in there.
So-
It's supposed to be for escapes. If something goes wrong, if one of us doesn't change, or
So I poke my head around to the room that she's in again and say, so where does it go, eh?
it
Come up somewhere in the bushes, maybe?
leads to an exit in the woods.
Okay, so whoever go down here is probably in the woods, eh?
Perhaps.
Unless they're dead in the hole. Why don't we go and look at the exit and see if he made it out the other end, eh?
Like, how deep is this and how large is it? I want to know, am I walking or am
You're
I crawling?
crawling.
Cool. So I'm
Road.
crawling and I'm already like halfway through.
You're halfway through. With that 6 on your perception roll, you're not smelling much. It just smells
Yeah.
generally bad.
That's most of what I was hoping for.
So Marie, I know you are having a bad day, but you show us the other end of the tunnel, eh?
Can I have a couple minutes?
Oh, for sure. Here, have some of this. And I hand her the Fey wine.
She starts chugging a bit.
Hey, leave some for the rest of us, eh? Just a little bit for bravery. Too much just make you sleepy. Eh?
Yes. I'm sorry.
I know this sucks, but I know you probably want to find out who killed your husband and make sure it's not you, eh?
Yes.
And I lean in really close and say, it is your husband, right?
Yes.
Okay, we can talk openly then, for sure. I don't want to make sure it's not like the neighbor boy we are looking for, eh?
No, nothing like that. All right. I'll show you where it comes out. And she
Phrasing.
leads...
Boom.
Ha ha! She leads you guys through the forest, where you find Richard emerging from a tunnel.
Please tell me he's grody.
Oh yeah, no, he's got like there's mud and blood mud, which is the mixture of blood and soil together, and it's just
Blummed.
blummed.
Blummed, yeah.
It's all
I
over.
don't know, it'd just be called blood.
Is,
I think it's just called gross.
yeah. I just kind of like expected him to be there, so I'd like to look around and see if I can find a trail of any kind.
Sure.
Is there blood here? Because there was.
Give me
like,
a perception check.
Okay. Got my percepticals on. Probably not with this score. Eh.
Richard looking around, recognizing where he is slightly. Just
Well, you see everybody else around you.
yeah, no, this is also more just because this is like 10 feet away from where he found the body.
Yeah.
The hole with no body. Yeah. Yeah, we've got an undead on the loose.
Visibly trying to contain excitement.
It's like, ooh,
Well,
I mean, that's very terrible.
He's not in the tunnel. He's not in the house. We can't search a whole forest for him. He's gone, eh? He come back when he returned to his human form, and they deal with him like they deal with him when this happened in this town. It's not the first or last time this happened. Eh? I
Wait,
don't see this as our problem.
what is her name's Maria, right?
Yep.
I turn to Maria and say, I don't know much about lycanthropy, but do you always, even if you go out and about, do you usually wake up somewhere near home, or at least?
The goal is to try and make sure you don't get out and then you don't hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
We have plans in place for this kind of thing. We all just kind of live with it.
I mean, specifically though, like if you were to get out, would you wake up in the middle of a field somewhere, or 3 towns over, or do you generally make it back to where you call home by the end of it?
It's not uncommon to head back to a comfortable place.
And I turn to the others and I say, well, we're going to Uncle Tom's cabin.
I feel like that's a reference to something.
Yeah. Anyway.
Why are we doing that? Eh? We gather all the information we need. That's the beer, eh? We stop them drinking the dead beer, and everything is okay. He got to come up with a new plan, eh?
Yes, but
the
now
beer?
don't drink the beer.
Yeah,
And you should tell everyone else not.
You are all going to have to drink the hard liquor until we figure out a new place to get your beer, because the beer is full of dead, eh?
Well, wait, we figured out the other kegs weren't bad.
Those 3 other kegs were fine.
I'm not going to try and convince a town of people that some of the beer they can drink and some of the beer they can't drink.
Fair enough.
We've already dealt with the 2 that you can't drink, but you probably shouldn't drink any of the beer.
Yeah.
We will send you beer from a special place. It will have the Arcane Academy of the Avalon Keep logo on it. Eh? Until then you drink the hard liquor, eh? Unless you want to be undead
Okay.
and be part of an undead army that I get to kill later on. Eh?
This
You
is
don't want that, right?
this is a lot to unpack.
I know. Man, my bedside manner is terrible. I have no sleep. It's just like, I know it's a lot to take in. Your husband died and but we've got stuff to do. So you should go on home. I hope it works out. Don't drink the beer. And where's Uncle Tom live? Did live? He was dead now, but he's probably not exactly. Where's he?
He didn't have a home.
What? Did he have a
He was a
hole he
vagrant.
liked to sleep in? Was there a bridge he liked to go live under sometimes?
He's the kind of person you chase out of town, Pen. You don't got a place, eh?
He was always loitering around the lumber yards.
Which we're pretty much at.
Isn't this the lumberyard?
Yeah.
Or is that?
This is all the lumber yards. This is
Yeah. It's a lumber town, right?
Yeah.
Well, and
Cool. Well, damn it.
And the bell rings at the town hall.
Just gonna ask if there was a mayor or whether we should just talk to the bartender and let him tell everybody.
Richard's making his way back to the Fey Rock.
And with the bell ringing, Marie starts heading towards the town.
Yep.
She's at the town hall. She says, "It looks like there's a meeting now."
So I'll walk with her, and normally in this case, what happened? You send out the posse or something?
Well, everyone's going to want to discuss what happened. If you really think this is Tom somehow, you should come too.
You guys go. I am not great with the candor.
I definitely want to go because we have to drive home this message that no beers, eh? Only the hard liquor.
Yeah, and
And can you imagine a better town designed to defend themselves? We don't have to have them to move. The undead come in here, they fucking turn into wolves, eat everybody. Eh? This is the safest place you could be, this side of the trees, eh?
it's also a timber yard. We're gonna need more wood and potentially barricades. I don't know. Maybe we should.
So we trade, eh? Beer for timber.
Melissa says, "I really have to go," and she goes running off to
Yeah,
the town hall.
Following her for sure.
All right.
I assume at least Penn was coming with.
Yes, grumbling about Richard staying behind and then just being generally salty all around.
So most of the town is gathered inside. There's this throng of people. Once you can, a rough head count puts the total population at about maybe 35 people. It's not a big place. And they're all clamoring. It's a cacophony of noises. And the bartender does walk up to the podium and says, "Everyone, please calm down. We're still trying to figure out what happened to Eric. We don't know if it was Marie or not. We're still doing a head count. As far as I know, nobody slipped their bindings last night."
Should we tell them?
While you are having that investigation, can we speak about another thing we discovered upon our arrival here last night? Eh?
And he sees
It's
you
got
guys.
nothing to do with this current thing you are talking about, but it's kind of important if you all don't want to die. Eh?
He looks over at you. He says, "You're with the knights then?"
Absolutely. Avalon Knights, Avalon, I'm still pretty hungover. Eh? Avalon Knights, Arcane people.
Avalon Knights Arcane Association. I
That's
sweep
it.
in front.
That's the one. That's him. Eh? Don't mind him. He don't sleep so good. He's kind of grumpy.
Do you know anything about what's going on here?
Yes.
Well, please come up and enlighten us.
Can Can
This is
I
going
have?
to end very badly. I'm so happy.
And he says, everyone, these people have come from the Avalon Knights Academy. They aided our town in the past. And it looks like they're back in operations, so they can help us, right?
Yes, we could do that. Definitely. So, first things first. Please let me have my little whatever you want to call it, board of just popping out of nowhere.
All right, there's a bunch of people in like pews, and you're at this little pedestal giving your talk.
Okay, so I'm like,
There's like a simple chalkboard up there.
oh, that's all I need. I just walk up to this chalkboard and I'm like, hello all, I'm Penathan Wright. I'm running on little to no sleep. I'm sure you all know why, but this is very important, and so I will try to be brief with you. You are currently dealing with an epidemic that we are also dealing with having to do with undead. Now, that may come to a shock to you, but let me sum it all
The
up.
crowd murmurs, a bunch of chatter, people going back and forth. Undead? What? There's undead in the town? There haven't been undead here for years. What's going on?
I literally brought one in with me yesterday. You don't know.
I thought that was an illusion. I thought I was too drunk for that.
No, anyway.
A huge gas rises up from the crowd as you produce this severed hand that kind of waves.
It's beside the point. I studied.
Are you a necromancer?
Not yet, but this is beside the point.
Did you do this?
No, that's why I am the one you need to listen to. Hear me out. We have observed
A bunch of murmurs and whispers between people in the crowd.
Oh god, I love this.
your alcohol content here has a 3% level of necrotic energy, and I write 3% up on the board. And if you do some simple maths, and I'd like to think it's just bullshit math.
I'm waiting for him to lose the audience.
It's like
Audience.
they're lost, man. You pulled out a severed hand.
I'm writing a bunch of numbers, and then it just equals, and then I circle the word undead. And
I finished my investigation at the Rock. I'll get to that later. I just like push through the doors and just, Pen, the hell are you doing?
I'm telling them the truth.
He's a necromancer. I wonder if he did it to our barrels. He wasn't drinking last night.
Okay, Pen.
It's real simple. People, I use thaumaturgy to pound this out triple volume. It's real simple, people. If you drink the beer, you're all going to die and turn into zombies. Drink whiskey till we bring you safe beer. Other than that, if undead people shows up here, you kill the shit out of them. Message over. Thank you.
Not me, though.
I step down off the stage and start walking to the door. Our part of this
The crowd erupts in questions.
I'm so sorry.
People are like, what are we going to do about this? I think we should hunt down and kill all the undead. Let's form a posse and head into the woods. Let's burn down the forest and force them out.
No,
we can't burn down the forest. We need it. It's our livelihoods.
Yes. God,
There's only 35 people here. They could just come with us.
Okay, 35 werewolves.
Actually, wait, yes, but they...
Well, sorry, 34 now.
They just had their cycle, and we know we're within 30 days of the next event. Because it's... So they could come. In fact, I'd like to... What would that be, sleight of hand, if I was just like... behind my hand, like I was someone in the crowd, like, I think we should join them and go with them.
You want to do a fucking Bart Simpson sketch in the middle of this?
I
think we should go with them.
It's
we should all evacuate to Avalon. Yeah, Todd's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a performance check, sir.
Please, if I've ever... Where is that? Oh, did it roll? Roll.
It's just like it's an entire crowd turns around and stares you down.
It's worth a shot. The point remains, it's safer at Avalon Keep. You don't have to trust me. I'm just the expert on this sort of thing. That's why I'm here. But, trust your folk hero over here. He's the one who's...
Pen, talking.
Somebody give the
Stop.
little guy a Snickers. He's angry, eh?
Pen, talking. Stop. Just please stop. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Warlock of Greenwood.
A Warlock of Greenwood? I've heard of him. I saw him talking to the bartender last night. Is it really him? He's kind of weird looking.
Yes, I'm weird
That's
looking.
where I'm going. I'm across the street heading for the bar.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
It's closed for a town meeting.
Yes, I am the Warlock of Greenwood. And he just takes off the mask he's been wearing the entire time.
Gasp.
I'm following Guy, and as I go out, I do the same thing. I'm just like, yeah, he sucks. And just walk out.
Oh, God, these boys. Okay, go ahead. You're the Warlock of Greenwood. You remove your mask.
It's safer at the keep than it is here. I'm going to speak bluntly and clearly.
The bartender speaks up again. He says, we can't leave.
And the reason for this?
We do not chance spreading our curse beyond this place.
Oh, sorry.
I have an actual... Would you rather... The safest place for all of you is at the Avalon Knights Academy. Here, there's the possibility that this crazed maniac that poisoned your beer will come again. The person that came in the night and killed Eric will come again.
Who poisoned our beer?
A man named Blackwind.
What proof do you have of this?
All the proof you need is at the keep at Avalon Knights.
Look, we may be safe if we go there, but the other people who are there aren't safe if we go there.
We have an army of goblins that I don't think you can transfer your curse to.
You want to test that?
If I do want to test that, that'll be the most interesting test I've ever run.
Yeah, now I'm the fucked up one.
Also, I noticed your Fey, the Fey symbol of the wolf that you have there. If this is the symbol that you use for your people, then you have nothing to fear at the Avalon Knights Academy. For Titania, Queen of the Fairies, resides there.
And that may very well be true. But anywhere we go, people who aren't us are in danger.
And they're in danger if they come here. No matter what, people are going to be in danger.
This is our
There's
home.
nothing you can do to stop that.
We have procedures in place to make sure that nobody who comes to visit us gets hurt. That's why I run the inn. That's why I run the tavern. We've been here for a very long time. We can't just pick up our home and go to another place and put other people in danger. This curse, with this many people in a concentrated place, it could sweep over all of Faerun. Do you want that on your conscience? Warlock of Greenwood?
I have plenty worse on my conscience.
Well, you don't want that. I know I don't.
This is going poorly.
Yeah, bet you wish I hadn't run old Penn out. No.
You were doing a terrible job. You were doing worse than
Nobody's going to talk them into leaving. All we can do is stop them from drinking the beer.
All right. If you won't leave, then do this for me. Stop drinking the beer. Look out for suspicious people and run them out of town. There's a decent chance that your friend Tom is not exactly dead. So if you see him, you put him in the ground.
We already put him in the ground.
I mean for good this time.
Maybe we should burn him.
Yeah, that works too.
Penn and Guy, while you guys are outside, do a perception check for me.
I was just going to say, I'm watching for the one who doesn't care.
Ooh.
Bam!
He's wobbling around out here somewhere. Nope.
Penn, you see the sleaziest looking dude you've ever seen in your life. And he's the only person out in the streets of town right now. And he's messing with the barrels.
Can I tell how he's messing with the barrels?
Not at this distance. You'd have to go up and take a look.
I'm gonna nudge Guy and be like, dude, he's messing with barrels. And
Pen is my favorite pen.
I'm gonna go ahead and armor of Agathis up on this. Like I'm gonna be like, 1 second, just wait before you run off, and I'm just gonna pour some water over me, rub it in real good, and ice up, and then I'm just gonna sprint over with Guy, and I'm full on tackling this guy.
All right, so you run up and you tackle him. Well, get off of me, douche nugget.
I was...
Oh, wait. What? I didn't have to roll for that.
No, he was completely distracted. You tackle him to the ground.
Why are you messing with the barrels?
Wasn't messing with the barrels. You can't prove it.
I literally just saw you. Gee.
And you notice that now that you've tackled him to the ground, a sack filled with corks has tumbled out into all over the place.
I pull up my dagger and he's got him on the ground, right? He's got him
Yeah.
pinned. Yeah, pull up my dagger and put it actually right over one eye. So it's nice and visual. It's got that nice foreshadowing effect. And look down at him and say, so, who tell you to put those in the barrel, eh?
Okay, man. Look, you don't got to get like this, all right?
About a quarter of an inch closer. That's not the hand, sir, eh?
Okay. Look, it's just this dude comes up to me a couple days ago, says, hey, do you want to make 200 gold? Yeah, of course I do.
What's
I'm
this
a
dude look
businessman.
like, eh?
Real fancy.
That's it? That's all I get for not
He's a
stabbing
fancy dude.
the
Looked
eye?
like he come from Waterdeep or something. He had a really nice robe on.
Oh, fuck. He wears glasses?
No.
Color was the robe. Out of character. Just whispering through the air.
See his face?
Yeah, I saw his face. He just looked like a dude, like some kind of wizard.
Where you meet him?
I was just walking along the road, minding my business.
Where? East, south, north, west?
A couple yards out of town. Was getting ready to leave this place.
What time of night? Day? What?
Can't hear you. You don't have a waking mind. Get out of here. You're talking to the people.
Yeah, you're being shouted at by a crowd of angry townspeople. It's a couple miles out of town, man. Like, I was getting ready to leave this dump, and this dude shows up and says, hey, you want to make some gold? He hands me this bag of corks, tells me to replace a couple on the casks of ale every night.
Okay, so where are you supposed to meet him to get paid after, right?
He gave me the money up front. Said if I didn't do it, I'd be in big trouble. I didn't want to get in trouble, so I did it.
How old is this dude?
He's,
Yeah, like he's 12.
he's probably like 25, but still talks like he's 13.
Yeah.
I want to find his coin purse.
Okay.
Pull it open.
You
See if there's
find
200 gold in it.
You pull it open. There's there's about there's about 135.
Okay. So he did get paid up front. Shit. Okay.
You know what these corks do?
No, they're just weird looking.
Are they weird looking, or they just look like corks?
You take a look at them. The cork is regular, but at the end, it is blackened deeply.
Ah. I'm just sitting there because I'm just like, he's so stupid.
I'm taking one of the corks and holding the blackened end just over his mouth, saying, "Tell me one more time before I kill you, where is this fancy man?" Eh?
Look, he was a couple miles out of town, man. That's all I know. He just
Which
came up to me.
direction?
It's like he came out of nowhere. To the south.
Oh,
Do I believe
right.
him?
I don't know, do you? Give me that insight check. I'll tell you.
Oh,
Yeah, you believe him.
I like that I'm just a fancy, cold, whatever you want to call me, on this guy right now.
Yeah, no, he's like shivering the whole time.
Well, I'm taking the rest of the corks. I'm from wherever this bag is. I'm just
They're like
off.
scattered about the ground. The places where they've landed, the grass around them has begun to die.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, Necro Boy, you make the call. I want this guy dead right now. You tell me, kill him or leave him, eh? I didn't ask you, eh?
I say we give him to the town.
Oh, I like this very much, eh? Oh, you are my new friend, Penitent, eh? I call you your old name, even Penitent, eh? And I stop calling you terrible things behind your back sometimes, too. Only sometimes, though, eh? Yeah, let's take him to the meeting. And I start to pull this guy up off the
Oh,
ground.
no, Keith's got to vote. Keith's got to vote. Okay. Just went with Keith anyway.
Quick question.
Yep.
I'm just what can we say that while Richard was standing guard the entire night, it was kind of a rest at the same time?
No, it was not.
Hell no. No.
That was the least restful thing you could have done.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to be able to use Fey presence all over him.
Yeah. Should have gone to sleep.
All right, so we're
I'll
taking.
just put on my scary mask.
Put on
I
my scare
assume we're gonna basically like frog march him one.
Oh yeah,
hand
just like
or
one arm.
pen? Is that
Grab
what
him
we're
on
doing?
both arms and drag
Oh,
him
yeah.
inside.
We've got him, and I'm all shiny and pretty, so I look good.
Hey, look, let go of me. You can't do this to me. I know the law.
We don't really, do we? I turned to Guy and I'm like, do we really operate within the law? I don't even know.
In this town, the law eat you, eh? And yeah, and are they still yelling and screeching?
Oh yeah, you walk into a cacophony of, we can't leave. It's our home. You want us to spread this werewolf curse to everybody?
I thaumaturgy. This is the asshole who poisoned your beer, and just throw him in the middle of the room.
The crowd kind of separates a little bit and he skids on the floor a little bit. And everybody's just like, oh, Keith. It's
It
just
is.
like in unison.
Lovely.
So you know him, eh?
And the bartender's like, what did he do?
He put
By the
that.
sounds of it, he poisoned your
He
entire.
tried to kill everyone in this entire town, and he tried to turn you into the undead under a monster you can hardly even imagine exists, eh?
Whoa, I didn't mean to kill anybody. What are you talking about? I was just changing some corks and some barrels.
Shut up, Keith, eh? Nobody asked you.
Hold
Yeah, I'm gonna-
down. Shut up, Keith.
I'll pull out that bag of corks because I would have said right before he left, I would have grabbed them and put them in the bag. And I'm just going to produce them and show them, what they've been having done to them.
Okay. And the bartender comes down and takes a look, kind of examines it closely. Keith, this is bad even for you.
I would like to pull out my. It's basically. I cannot come up with words. I'd like to pull out my packed weapon in the form of a light crossbow.
Okay.
I need to add so many things to this. Whoops, that was the wrong thing. I didn't shoot it!
Just instead of launching it off, pay attention to me. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just made a mistake. I needed to click something.
All right, he asks the town people to tie up Keith, and they tie him up. Say,
Sure,
look,
you got the rules for that sort of thing. Eh?
yeah, we'll take care of it internally.
That's what
Thanks.
I figured. Eh?
Thanks for figuring that out.
This other thing, you got any evidence yet? Eh?
I just got a lot of frightened townspeople.
Is there anything that make you think there's outside interference here, or is this just, I don't mean to be rude, but just a bad weekend in Traverse? Eh?
I don't know. But I need to find out.
That's a fair answer, right?
And then you hear clattering at the back of the town hall. Like somebody knocked over something big and heavy and then slammed a door.
Yeah, Richard is running his way through towards that.
Right behind you is the bartender, and you guys enter into a room. There is a overturned table, a white sheet, and a door flapping in the wind.
Door or window?
Door. The bartender says Eric's gone.
Yeah. So, I don't think you can keep this curse contained anymore.
That's two. You and your friends gotta help me find and kill them tonight. Before this gets worse.
You coming out to help?
Yes. This is my town and I will protect it.
Then we've got a party. That'd be an excellent line to end it on.
That would be an excellent line, but we still have 15
It's only
minutes.
like, yeah, it's nowhere near done yet. Shut up.
So, he says, I'm going to go try and calm everybody down because a town full of panicked werewolves is not helpful.
No. And I, after that exhausting display up there, I don't know why anyone would ever let me speak in public, let alone myself or Penn.
Did you guys just stay in the hall or did you come running? Did either of you come running?
I did not go running, no.
I went ran just far enough to see in there and hear what they were saying, but then upon hearing this, I would have turned back to again and be like, I didn't let him. This is not, I hate this town.
I'm going to fall asleep in that corner for 30 minutes to an hour. Wake me up later.
He says, rest up. I'm going to try and figure this out.
And Richard falls down. How much damage do I take from the floor?
I don't know. Let's say
1, so I can sleep it off.
3 is what the D4 said.
3.
You like go to lay down and you hit your head on the corner of a table.
Just brings a little bit of a smile to my face. Just a little. Just like, now I don't feel as cranky about the whole thing.
Kind of why I said it.
I'm still mad at you for going out last night, but it was funny to watch you hit your head. So
I'm angry, but it's hilarious to watch you injure yourself.
the bartender moves everybody out, tells them to go back to their homes, and that he and the Avalon Knights are going to take care of the problem. And he's able to calm everyone down and kind of get them to go back to work. A couple people go back to chopping wood. And the city continues to operate, or the town continues to operate as normal. And he goes back to you guys, and he's like, I appreciate you all trying to help.
Just for the sake of perfect clarity, we are having in the forest around us 2 werewolves and a shady dude who tried to poison the whole town on behalf of an undead necromancer, eh?
Keith didn't know what he was doing.
You want me to kill him for you? I say, kind of in my sleep. Just, I'll kill that grandma too.
It's not really Keith I'm worried about, eh? There's a Keith in every town. That's what I'm worried about, eh?
Yeah. People always look for the weakest link.
I would normally ask you if you could send a messenger to other town to tell them, but I think maybe in the current situation, that's not the right answer, eh?
We don't talk to the other towns a lot.
Yeah, I figured this out, eh? It's a little bit different than most places, but yeah, we got some traveling to do, so we got to finish this up quick, eh?
Well, they'll be more active at night. They'll be hiding during the day.
You know, you've hunted them before? I don't mean, again, to be rude, but, you know.
I used to do this stuff in the old days. So, when it comes to creatures like this, they're not going to hang around during the daytime. They're going to find a nice, dark, quiet place to hide, and then at night, they're going to hunt. And they knew everything. They know everything they knew when they were alive.
So they're too smart for bait, maybe?
I don't know that they're too smart for bait, but they know this town. So we're going to have to figure it out.
If Eric will try to go get his wife.
He might.
Unfortunately, we had one go north and one go south, eh?
We could split up.
We could split the party.
Yes, let's all die that way.
Well, sir, which one would you go after first? I know we are not going till this evening for sure, but which one would you go after first? One of them is injured, eh?
Best
I know
to check
probably
the
make
woods.
him more dangerous.
We'll check the woods. And we'll have to get somebody to keep an eye on Maria in case Eric tries to come back for her.
What do werewolves like to eat?
Meat.
So maybe we put Marie in one of those basement thing, like the one you got here in the bar, eh? I mean, it's designed to keep thing in. Maybe it keep thing out as well, eh?
We all have places like this in our homes to some extent. Everybody's put together whatever works best for them. I could get her into my hiding place for the night.
Yeah, one her husband does not know, eh?
Yeah. That's a good plan. All right. We'll put her there for the evening. For now, let's see if we can get an idea of how they're operating currently. Come with me to the lumber mills. Let's have a sniff around.
Absolutely, eh?
Your
One thing
friend-
first, eh? You open the bar for 5 minutes, eh?
Sure, I'll get you a couple drinks.
We really got to talk to your town about the idea of necromancy. It's not all bad.
Maybe not right now, eh, buddy? Eh?
Maybe don't lead with that when the are trying to poison us. Hey, did Keith change any of the corks on any of the barrels before you got to them?
Did he?
We don't know, eh? You got to dump it all, eh? Drink just, hey, come on, you know it. You charge more for the hard liquor anyway, right there?
All right, we'll dump it all.
Couldn't you just check the cork?
We could check the corks, but they get dark once they get wet anyways.
Oh, well then, yeah. Yep. Oh, wait, Richard, well, he's asleep. Richard can tell you when he wakes up.
Well, maybe we'll get him to take a look at them and we'll just leave them for now.
No, not the puppies. I don't want to see the puppies.
We'll just leave them in the hall.
Yep.
I'm just gonna, as we're walking on, I'm gonna whisper with my awakened mind into his and just be like, just general, the kind of things when you're messing with someone who's asleep, you whisper just like, I'm coming to get you. And oh, I've almost got you.
Ah, your neck, it's so spindly. Ah, your head just popped off. I'm wondering, like, going into my brain just makes you more terrified than it would make me terrified. I love
God.
this.
So, Richard has his dreams over in the town hall. You guys walk in, he pours a couple drinks for you. He's like, oh, I'm Bradley, by the way.
That's right, we never got his name.
Bradley the bartender. Whew.
I'm also
I feel like
kind
Kitty
of-
would have been
And mayor.
Yeah, I'm kind of the unofficial mayor around here.
For sure. Any civilized organization put the bartender in charge, eh? That only makes sense. Eh?
Well, I run the inn, I run the town hall. I tend to the wounded if there's any accidents during, chopping season.
Do you run the business end of things for this town's lumber production?
No, there's a couple people that take care of that. We have a couple people who are schooled in accounting, take care of the buying and selling, and make trips back and forth to Waterdeep and larger town sections.
We may have to talk to them before we go.
Oh, is Team Growl still around?
That's a good question.
We can send them to the other towns.
We can send those guys. Are
You got shit to
sure?
do. We got places to go.
We got places to go. We got things to do. Can't just do this all day.
Do we really trust them to get anything done?
No, but we're gonna send them anyways.
It's like sending Team Mom to get something.
Savage. So
And you notice that he waited until the producer, who's from
Yeah.
town, wasn't here to make his little box go black. Yeah, that's a good trick. That one. That's timing. That is.
yeah, no, it's all timing.
Richard has a death wish.
As you guys question where Team Growl is and if they could help, Rumble Snarl comes bursting out of his room. Somebody's gotta help me!
Up the stairs. My man needs help. Gone.
Alright, upstairs.
Priorities.
Sorry?
I said weird priorities on you sometimes. It's like that guy needs help. This guy was drinking with me. Oh well, yeah. I guess that puts it in
Hey,
perspective.
look,
I'm
Rumble
not-
Snarl's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy.
He sounds helpless. I gotta help. Yeah. These other people weren't helpless.
Daryl's not waking up.
Oh no.
Did Daryl drink too much? Did we let Daryl drink?
Oh.
Guy was drinking with Daryl all night.
I slow down as I approach, weirdly hoping that he's choked on his own vomit and died, and not what I think has happened. And yeah, I'll push past and into the room. Go look at the Daryl that isn't.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna
go
look.
into the room and you see Daryl sprawled out onto a bed and other Daryl holding Daryl's hand and trying to slap it, get him to wake up. And Daryl has turned gray.
Ooh. And
Oh shit!
I prepared a song just for this. Stab him in the face.
You're asleep.
I
That's
pushed
why
past.
I said I prepared a song, not Richard. Richard doesn't have a
pushed-
musical bone in his body.
Pushed past Guy because he slowed down and stopped. I assume a little like shocked or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I pull out Handy out from under my hat, and I'm holding him like this, so he's like this, and I crack his knuckles, and I'm like, all right, give me some room, and I rub him, and I like put him on him, and I'm like, all right, same as before, let's go, and I attempt to draw the necroticness out of him. You gave me this power.
Yeah, but you still don't know how it works. Okay. So you burst into the room. You crack the knuckles on your severed hand pet. And you go to move it over Daryl's face. Daryl's eyes open up bright yellow, and he bites your hand.
Him? Wait, which hand? There's 3 hands involved.
Handy.
No!
And everyone starts screaming.
No one ever listens to my songs.
And we'll end it there for now.
No! Handy only has like 2 HP.
This might be.
Oh, please, not like this.
Not like this, Handy. Don't go into that night. Handy, oh God, Handy, please.
Just start shoving corks into.
So, thank you so much to those of you who joined us today. I know things were a little bit rough today because we were without the producer. I think we did all right. And be sure to join us next Sunday when we continue with Mercs of Mischief every Sunday night. Check out the schedule and everything in the description down below. Be sure to like and follow our stream if you want to keep track of everything. Keep track of us in the Discord and the Facebook as well. We do a giveaway every time we reach another 100 followers, so we're creeping up on that new one with every passing day. And all of the fine people that you see in front of me here are content creators in their own right, in doing various things, so be sure to check them out. There's links in their descriptions below. Guy is going to do a new video on Dirty 20 about a new Western RPG world called Deadlands, correct?
Yes, from well back. Yeah, it's a short sort of video on how the mechanics work. Just because it's so very, very different from anything that anybody who's played D&D has seen.
Oh yeah. I've seen it run at conventions, so I'm excited for this to go off because it looks like a lot of fun. And Penn is always on Twitter, on Twitch and Noctum Sky, usually playing Minecraft or something else. But what's going on with Noctum Sky these days?
I actually just finished, and after this, it'll probably post to tonight or tomorrow. But I just played a game that just came out of early access. It's called Bone Voyage. So if you want to see me playing as a skeleton, there you go.
You got
Radically consistent right there.
I see you haven't gotten your necromancy fix quite enough, and you've started to go to other sources.
Now I'm freaking out, though, man. I'm gonna be upset for the next week until I figure this out.
And what is going on with the Memoirs of Richard, which we can find on our Mercs of Mischief website down below. What's going on?
I will be trying to get something out by this Wednesday. I may not be successful.
Okay.
I'll try to get it out this week. If I can't, I promise that the stream will pick up regularity after that.
Okay.
Or
And
after July 11th.
last and final announcement, if anyone is in or around the Edmonton, Alberta area, be sure to look for myself, Richard, and Redan. We will be at RPG-a-thon coming up on July 13th and 14th. You can come by, meet us in person, get some merch. We're going to have some stickers and then some cards and some prints from our good friend Lilith, who's done some incredible art for us. And we'll maybe even play a couple RPGs out there, so you can come and see if Richard's any better with physical dice. And to be fair, he was on fire today, so I mean, it's
Only very briefly.
yeah, very brief. It was a shining moment.
To be honest, that's how long most things are on fire.
We
Kind of like striking a match, and then, oh, wow, it's on fire.
the brightest stars, something. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us today, and be sure to look for us every Sunday and Monday night. And if you can't catch up on the episodes, check us out on YouTube. And Roll for Initiative will have some stuff up this week as well.
I'll teach you for not showing
Key
up.
3 to come up on Roll for Initiative. We're going to be doing some cool video about something. And
I'm dreading next week where she chastises all of us. Or what the hell were you thinking?
And join us next week when Keith Rue will come back and be like, I left you boys alone for one session. And she's going to come in. Everybody's screaming, handies in a mouth, like shit's going down.
Richard's bleeding slightly on the...
But until next time, class dismissed.